Hi, this is Jim Shear. About a month late on this assignment, but finally getting around to finishing up my screencast for the online course improvement program. Unlike a lot of the classes I've seen already presented, my class is really pretty simple. This is a basic Music 101 course. This is designed as a music appreciation course for general students. This is a viewing a wider world type class. No previous music experiences required. This is simply designed to hopefully turn kids on to music and build a larger audience for us in the future. We have a sister class, Music 201, and that's a nice thing about this online course improvement program is that everything that happens here in my 101 class that I'm improving is mirrored in that 201 class, which is a jazz appreciation course. So we're getting 2 for 1 here, which is really nice. As I've seen with all the other courses, I have a lot of the same stuff. I have a syllabus posted up front. It does not have netiquette issues raised right now, but it's going to get that added real soon, and the learning objectives will be put where they need to go. We have a course schedule, of course, how to do the homework information. This is how the homework works, how to write video and audio reviews. They have to review, and you'll see this in assignments in just a minute. They have to write a series of reviews as they go through their homeworks. The book that we use is titled Music 101. It actually was originally titled Classical Basics, and I have a sister book, Jazz Basics. I created both of those texts with Kindle Hunt Publishing Company. They're built as workbooks. And the nice thing about this is they have paperback cover, all black and white inside. All of the money for the textbook is really generated and devoted to providing good and legal listening materials for the students. The other nice thing about us here at NMSU is it unifies our curriculum. All the people who teach use these books. And so we have a very nice unified curriculum. We have 2 different versions of both the books. One is, like I say, a paperback book. We also have an e-version of the book. With the paperback book, what we use here in our brick and mortar classes, the classical book comes with a 4 CD set. If you access this online with a few changes, you have access to Rhapsody. The jazz version, brick and mortar and online, both use Rhapsody. So we have a Rhapsody playlist here, and when you click on this link, it takes the student right to Rhapsody. The front of the book has a code. They punch in that code at the beginning of the semester, and they get Rhapsody access for the whole semester. This is a particularly good learning tool for us because not only do they have access to the playlist we've built for the course, they have access to everything on Rhapsody. So of course they listen to a lot of popular music that they like, which is okay. But if they find a Beethoven symphony they like, they can listen to 20 different recordings of it. So active links here. A few of the tracks are different from the original tracks I selected in the brick and mortar CD set, and so I've written narratives about how those are different. But it all works the same way. Click on one. I'm not going to do this for you now, but click on that. It takes you right to Rhapsody and loads up the playlist, and you can sit there all day long and do your listening, which is really nice. I have a series of online writing tools. I encourage the students to write well. I write good. I'm not an English teacher, but I try and help them. So the Purdue OWL is on there. Links to Grammar Girl are on there. The Dartmouth How to Write About Music website, which is very good, is on there. This next piece, and again, I won't click on this just because it's really long. It takes a while to load. This is an active listening podcast. This is basically the first 2 lectures I do in my brick and mortar class, but I've loaded it up here as an MP3 file, and it streams for an hour. We have a series of PowerPoints that we use in the class, and I'm going to probably be changing these to Prezi in the near future. I've started messing with Prezi, and I really like it. I think it's an interesting tool. It's a lot more engaging than the PowerPoints, but they're there. They take you through. A couple of active links that are just good for students who are learning to listen. Pandora.com I find very useful. eMusic is a great, affordable way, again, to get legal downloads, which I like a lot. And just Vanity, that's a link to my website. As I say, the whole class really is built around the textbooks I've written, and for this class it's Music 101. This is the Kindle Hunt website. That is the online version of the book. You see the cover, you flip the page, and here we go, and you can just flip all the way through. Every one of these is an active link, so anything I click on takes me right to that section of the book, which is nice. There are listening guides throughout the book, and they go right along with the Rhapsody or the CDs, depending on which format you buy, and they're time-coded. So each one of them has a running time code that runs along with the recording you're listening to. Let me show you some other nice features here. This is in Chapter 9, Modern Music. Again, here's an active listening guide. I have a lot of sections, and I kind of stole this from, Music for Dummies, Classical Music for Idiots, Jazz for Dummies kind of thing. I have a lot of sections that are dig deeper, so you can delve into the music more if you want to, and where it's appropriate, these are active links. I also use a lot of historical documents in the book. Sometimes I just don't see the sense of me doing the writing when someone else has said it far better than I ever could, and I'll show you two examples of that. This is an interview that Tim Page did with Ellen Zwilich a few years back, and he was kind enough to let us have permission to use it, so there that is. And let me just flip through that, and you'll see Frank Zappa. Never gets any better than Frank Zappa. This is a transcription of a lecture that Frank gave to the American Society of University Composers. Yes, if you read it carefully, there are dirty words. I'm not censoring Frank. But the Zappa family was kind enough to let us actually have the doodles that he did. And when you get to the end of it, here's a dig deeper, the book that it came from, and here is an active link. And if you click on this, it takes you right to Frank Zappa's website. The book has a lot of, the ebook has a lot of nice features. There's a glossary you can click on anytime. You can click right to the index and search it. You can highlight, you can take notes, all the stuff you see in a typical ebook. It's all here. It works very well. I found it to be a very useful tool. The students seem to like it, and it does seem to work pretty successfully. Let me go back to the class, and I'll show you some assignments. Each chapter has its own assignment and its own quiz. The quizzes are obvious. They're all 50 questions. The computer grades them. It's magic. The homeworks, though, differ from chapter to chapter depending on the material we're covering. And what really makes this class possible for me now is YouTube, because I couldn't afford the royalties to post the kind of videos I need to use to teach this class online. With YouTube, it's not illegal to post a link. The worst problem, of course, is I have to chase the links. When a link crashes, when a link goes down, I have to go in and find a new one. As you can see, I've made some improvements already from our online course. I have my learning objective posted here. It tells them what to do, how to do it, and then we go through a series of listening exercises. For this one, they have to pick 4 of the 7 videos. Now, the idea for me, and I hope they do this, and I think some do, some don't, they actually watch all of these videos and then make a decision about which ones they want to write about. So they can click on any one of these YouTube links, and it'll take them to the video. Sometimes I ask them to compare and contrast. Sometimes it's different ones, and I want them to talk about exactly what they do. Once they've done all the writing, they upload it, throw it right into the assignment tool, and I grade it and send it back to them. Let me show you a little bit different one. This is the classical, the literal classical 1750 to 1825 one. And here you've got to do some compare and contrast of different performances of the same piece, which is kind of interesting. So they're watching different videos again and responding to them. The book also has study guides at the end of each chapter, and I ask them sometimes to write about one of the essays, write about both of the essays. The second essay here, for me, I think on the online world is kind of busy work, but I have them do it, and I allow them to decide their format. How they want to go about it is perfectly fine with me. And the rest is really pretty straightforward. Spend a lot of time listening, learn the material, go through the assignments, have a lot of experiences online with different video performances, and then write about them. And then I do a lot of conversing back and forth with them. Well, why did you think that? How did that work for you? And particularly now, I think with the learning objectives posted on there, I think it's even more clear than ever. And that's really it. Take the quizzes, do the homeworks, read the book, done. Piece of cake. The only thing I don't like about what we're doing now and that I wish we could do more of is having real live concert assignments in the online world. The videos are great, but there's no substitution for having students go to live performances. But the idea is, and we've literally had this, a student can be on an oil rig out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico and take this online music class and learn something. There's no way to make them fly off the rig and go to a concert, so we have to do it with all the videos. That's it. That's my class. Hope you enjoy it. Take care.